Oh, hello everyone and welcome back to Pete's Model Car Customs. As you can see from this lot, I've got a very busy bench this evening as I've been up to a lot of different ideas and things and just doing different stuff. I've got a brief update on the Galaxy for the 60s Rules Psychedelic 60s group build. This is the really part of the bonus of the two kits that Trevor from Monster Hobbies sent me, the two Ford F100s, and they are brilliant. They have solved many problems or interested so many little projects and things, and quite a big one. So I mean that's really been tremendous. I've dug out a few parts that I'm going to use on different kits from those, and also I'm working on the Galaxy from the Caldrag Custom and the Premier 63 Galaxy, which is not on the screen at the moment. Over on the back there I've got my one from the Caldrag Custom that's going into the psychedelic 60s, and that's been setting for a while the roof has get that upright again, while the roof's been sorting itself out. As I forgot to say about putting the bracing underneath there while it's setting, and if I show you the Cobra, that you know, I do that while they're sitting resting, try to keep a brace in there to keep the roof stable, and I've done the same on there. But coming from the two Ford pickup trucks are these louvers, which aren't going to show up very well as white. Try and get a bit of shadow on them. Right, one pair came in each truck. There we go. So I was thinking that this bonnet was a bit, this hood was a bit plain, and these might break it up a bit. Now, obviously still on the one sprue, well the two sprues, I haven't worked that out yet. I was looking for I think it's from a Dodge, an early Dodge, a scoop I've got that's got two inlets. It's a dark blue two inlet scoop, and I was thinking of reversing that and having that in the hood. I want something in the hood to break the pattern of what I want to paint on it up, you know. Around the back I've gone back to my spares box, and I'm fitting in T-Bird 66 Thunderbird tail light cluster, which I think looks really cool along the back there. French that in a bit and fit the original bumper back on. I've got a bit of minor sanding to do to sort that out. I need to sand in just across the top lip a little bit to just ease that up, and trim out. I'll mark the shape pattern of the T-Bird cluster along the bumper. Probably ain't going to show up in chrome, but then I want to grind those out just to raise that rear bumper up a smidgen. I don't know whether that's gonna, but anyway, that's the next light stage on that stage lighting. Yeah, so that's on that one. The supercharger and all that. Whoops, I'm well zooming in, but it's a bit in the wrong place. Where is that? Let's bring that over there. From the pickup truck, there's a fantastic casting, and I've painted that with the ink of this pen over Oh, what's that blooming primer called? I primered it. And then I can't be bothered to get up and look for the primer. Found this pen and diluted the some of the contents of this pen with white spirit. What's that called in America? Don't know. But it acts, as you can see by this nib, basically the same as a what are they called? Molotow pen, of which I've got as well. On the plenum chamber of the supercharger, which I've got on this disc, I found that the seam around it was a bit naff. So I sanded the sides together and then put a 0.25 by 4.8mm strip over it and trimmed it down and sanded it. So as I brought that back, but it's got quite nice detail on the front of it, as does this part here, which is the compressor for the which is the compressor for the supercharger. It's got some quite nice linkage on it, but that was a chrome part, as was the supercharger, and I de-chromed them, painted them with a dark grey. I use a mixture of Revel dark grey and black, sort of 50-50. There's a nice linkage on there, but I can't stop shaking enough to focus it. Let's try there. With a dark grey that I use on more or less everything. Zoom in for yourself. And then brought that together. Around here, I thought the toolbox that come in the pickups looked much more like modern plastic ones. So that's what I painted them as, two modern plastic toolboxes. I snipped the handles down so as the handle wasn't so as it looked more like clunk up, if you know what I mean, in a staggered sort of parallelogram. Anyway, so I've done them as a sort of black plastic pair of toolboxes. This ladder, I had to dive in the box and make sure that was safe, because I've seen two unboxings of the Ford camper pickup truck and the ladder's been broken. And look at that, lucky me. It took quite a while to get the seams off of it before I painted it, because there's quite prominent seams around most of it. On the inside parts of the ladder, which was a bummer, and I painted that with this Vallejo liquid silver, white gold, as I was hoping it would give a slightly older chrome, because if it's hanging on the side of your truck, it's out there in all weathers, and the shiny bits are going to be up there either side, where you actually go up and down it occasionally. So I highlight them a little bit more with a more chromey chrome, and hopefully the sort of brownish tint to that gold chrome will give me a more aged chrome look. There's a little side note there, I think it was a trophy kit. One of these came with the little pickup truck, so as a homage to the small scale group build this year. There's mine. I've re-scribed around the wheels, put a new bed in the bottom, put a new tailgate on it, hollowed it out. It was hard to saw either side to keep the side details, because you end up with something that's, 1/4 mil thick along there, just over quarter to half a mil thick. And the next thing I'm going to do is try and drill through the windows. Hold still. Drill through the windows there, and through the back and front windows. I don't know about carving seats, but I want to open the windows up. What else happened? Oh, there was another thing. Twizzling this lot around, I've been working on carburetors. Let's plonk that back. No, not carburetors, that's wrong, isn't it? Those black things there. Horns. Horns. Hollowing out a bunch of horns. And then trying the different chromes on those. Nice steering wheel there. I enjoyed painting that up. I'm not sure which one of the Mustangs or Cobras it came in. There is a little birdie flying there. And that came in a box of junk I bought from a sort of truck kit. I don't know, I've tried to get it on the background, right? There's a blue, well, it looks like a duck. It honestly does look like a rubber duck. But its tail had broken, or was not very well moulded. So I've, if I can get that onto a bit of red or something. No, I've put on a new tile. Onto this rubber duck. There you go. No, it's not a duck, is it? Anyway, so hollowing out these here horns. That one I've got just on a pin there to hold it while I was painting it. It was actually on a much longer pin. I've trimmed it down to fit on this board. And then I whizzed them round to this other collection that I've done in the Green Stuff World Liquid Chrome over a black grey colour. They're all going on to the roof of that pickup truck that's behind me. I've been working on this young lady from the 59 Ford Fairlane Sunliner. I'm trying to change her from wearing a skirt to wearing cropped jeans or jeans tucked into boots rather than 50s shoes. And I've retextured all her hair, got rid of all the seams of the two parts, but tried to get a new texture on her hair there, by backscribing all over it and then softening it back down again with cellulose thinners, so that it doesn't look too, and well, hairy, because it will get a bit furry scribing it. It wants to be further away, doesn't it? So I've retextured that, retextured around her collar, and all down there, like rescribed, as it were, the panel lines of the person down her arm, around the finger. I had to carve quite a lot away in there and in there to actually get any different definition on that hand, and I still haven't done too well. My next stage on this is to prime it and see what's what. I've carved in a lot more under this arm and down there, getting more definition in a very old figure. But she's quite nice and fits in a lot of seats quite comfortably. I've tried her in different seats. I went for a yellow on this crossbeam. This goes into the twin turbo Cobra cross brace. What else was there? This figure that was the Tamiya one. He's I think they sell it as a tank commander or something like that. It looks sort of like George Patton. But I thought I'd build some styrene up on his head, so that's just melted sprue. I found a good bit of sprue, then warmed the end up and went onto his head. Like, I'll stamp you out. So it squidged over that head a bit. And down the bottom, using some sheet, I've trimmed down all the detail off of his legs and trimmed his legs down quite substantially. And where his boots were down the bottom, I carved in a shoe line rather than a boot line. And then I'm now trying to build up the trouser legs. Sugar. With sheet styrene that I got that sort of thickness, but I've tapered it quite a lot to melt against the trouser leg. and actually where it meets together in the front. I'm going to build up the whole area there. He's going to be wearing flares, this chap, and a college jacket in black and white. Clues are in the description. Over here I've got a weathering powder from Vallejo. I don't normally go into these, but as I've got myself some more money recently, I thought I'd splash out on this weathering effects for an engine. I'll see on some parts what that looks like. And that one was called, Oil Stains 73813. I ain't gonna try and pronounce that. Excuse my Espanol, or it might be Portuguese. I can't even tell the difference in that. And engine grime. That colour. Weathering effects. Basically, these are washes, aren't they? And I'm sure I can find the same at the bottom of my bathwater one. This, on the other hand, is a Corvette grille. It does start on a solid piece with an oval ring around it. I have got the oval ring somewhere, but as I was doing these chrome sort of tests, this is the small scale world, oh no, not small scale, green stuff world chrome over a dark grey black. It really likes that more than that, doesn't it? It's just come out pretty nice, I think. That again took quite a long while, like days, to clean up, to get these teeth out of the grill. And that brings me to that. Going through the Mustangs, I found this one. This is from a 1968 GT 500 Shelby, and I couldn't resist carving that one open. It's 2 stages of cutting. There's two grills in this, and a lot of middle bit. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to put that Corvette grill in this Mustang, and the floating teeth in this Mustang's grill. I think that's the most sharkable Mustang grill we've got. I haven't even bothered looking at the time. Gosh. I'll do a separate thing on the pickup trucks and everything else. I've messed that up. I'll wrap that up for the moment. I've got to check my battery and wet my whistle, etc. Bye for now. Best wishes from jolly old England.